Chapter 1133. The Baker family, father and son, were dreaming of turning over. Suddenly, a violent cold wind came from the bottom of Gollum Mountain, making them tremble. Mike sighed, "Damn, the wind in this ghost place is so fierce. A gust of wind made my whole body cold. Let's go quickly." Okay. Alan Baker also felt cold and bitter, and quickly shrank his neck, got up and patted the snow on his butt, and stretched out his hand to his father. It has to be said that the relationship between the father and son during the period when they were dependent on each other in Gollum Mountain has improved a lot than before. In the past, although Mike preferred this eldest son, in fact, for a selfish person like him, it was difficult to really treat him well. Therefore, he is actually fair to Alan Baker, better than Burton. Alan Baker, who has always been a dude, thinks about playing with women every day, and is not very close to his father. This is mainly because when Alan Baker was young, he often listened to his mother's indoctrination that his father, regardless of his family, raised women everywhere. This made Alan Baker dissatisfied with the old man ever since he was a child. However, when they arrived at Gollum Mountain, the father and son had to work together for survival, which also allowed the two to let go of their prejudices and become increasingly dependent on each other. Everyone knows that you can't lose the other party in this environment. If you lose the other person, the remaining person must have no courage or ability to continue to live. The father and son walked from the foot of the mountain towards the stray light in the distance. The place with light is the village where they live. Walking past the foot of the mountain, there are 3 or 4 miles away. When the father and son were walking, Alan Baker said, "Dad, Goldie from the village hunted a roe deer from the mountain yesterday. I heard that the roe deer meat is delicious. Would you like to visit his house later? 2 caddies of roe deer meat." Follow his meat, Mike sighed. The guy Goldie is very picky. Last time he hunted a big wild boar weighing more than 700 kilograms, I asked him if he wanted a piece of pig intestine and he didn't give it to me. Let me give him money. As he said, Mike cursed, "Do you know what Goldie's name is?" Baker shook his head. "Where do I know his name? I just know his surname is Goldie." Mike spit on the ground, and said contemptuously, "FCK, an Orion who doesn't know how to write his name is Goldie. I still ask him if he is a writer. Will he write his own name? Guess what he is." "Say?" Alan Baker asked curiously, "What did you say?" Mike snorted and said, "He said he would write Goldie one, but he couldn't write any bold words." Alan Baker smiled and said, "I have taught him how to write tyrannical characters, and taught him that he will take 2 caddies of meat as tuition." Mike said, "I also asked him for meat, because he wanted pigskin and he wouldn't give it to you." Alan Baker said, "I think it's cold now, and it's dozens of degrees below zero outside. The roe deer he beat has long been killed by him. The meat is hanging in the yard and frozen. After a while, he walked in along the wall and stole him. Going back to taste the freshness can be regarded as supplementing nutrition." When Mike heard this, he hurriedly said, "Then you hurry up and hide a piece of ginseng dug today in your arms. Don't give them all. Tomorrow we will use this ginseng to stew the roe deer meat. It must be a great supplement. Okay, look at me." After speaking, Alan Baker took out a ginseng and stuffed it into his underwear. The frozen ginseng went into his underwear, and he yelled out of the ice. Mike said with a look of disgust, "How can I stuff it somewhere? How the hell can I eat it?" Alan Baker said, "It's okay, just wash it a few more times. If you don't tuck it in your crotch, you won't be able to hide it at all. They will search your body. You don't know." "Okay," Mike said helplessly, "then you must wash your head a few more times. It's best to boil it with boiling water."